Sadhgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, Bhaktavijaya189. As you may remember, the Brahmins came rushing over to Johnny's house, accusing her of all kinds of bad things. The dark blue, cloud-complexioned one is in love with you, and our good deeds are all lost. Last night, the merciful one to the lowly came to you. You took his cluster of jewels and pearl necklace, and in their place gave him your blanket. Bring it at once, or we shall punish you. Hearing them say this, she swore by an oath, if I have taken the cluster of jewels, may my eyes burst. As they began to investigate, they found the garland of pearls in the raiment. They then said, she must immediately be impaled upon a rod of iron. She has really today stolen the ornament of the Supreme Brahm, the eagle-bannered one. All the Brahmins said, she must be punished. They immediately seized Johnny and carried her to the bank of the Chandrabhaga River. There she brought to her remembrance the Lord of the world and pleaded for his compassion. She cried, O purifier of the sinner, holder of the Sharanga bow, Krishna, helper of the helpless, husband of Rukmini, Lord of his bhaktas, ocean of mercy, savior of the humble, Lord of the world, I am without a protector, helpless and lowly. Who is there to rush to my help? Hearing Johnny's pity-arousing words, the life of the world came to her help. The iron rod for impaling her had been well fastened to the ground. It suddenly turned into water. Seeing this wonderful miracle, all were astonished. The priests were puzzled and exclaimed, blessed is Johnny's bhakti. The moment she brought to her mind the husband of Rukmini, he rushed to her aid in her trouble. The assembly of bhaktas now gathered together and clapped their hands at the cries of victory, victory, and said, Vanamali Krishna rushes to the help of his servants when they fall into trouble. Krishna writes down the verses of Johnny. Very strange thing happened one day. The servant girl Johnny was sitting in her hut. In her mind, she was composing verses in which she made mention of the holder of the disc, Krishna. The holder of the disc then took a pen and ink, and as the poetry of Johnny fell upon his ears, he wrote it down with his own hands. You will say, how could words from the house of Nama reach God's ears while he was seated in his temple? This is what our minds question. But the pervader of the universe, the life of the world, witnesser of the thoughts of the heart, cloud of intelligence, is the all-knowing one who knows the thoughts of his bhaktas. Dushasana troubled Draupadi. She pleaded with him while she was at Hastinapura. And how could her words reach his ears at Dwarka? Yet he at once rushed to her help. When Gajendra pleaded piteously, God heard his voice in Vaikuntha. The Lord of the world, through his inner light of knowledge, at once heard Johnny's words. The Lord of Pandari alone understands the thoughts of his bhaktas, so the listeners must have no more doubts in their hearts. Krishna admires Johnny's verses. The Lord of Rukmini then thought to himself, I enjoy the verses of Johnny. Sadhgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.